we interrupt the coffee schedule to bring you alcohol markers. So, one of my subscribers and followers on Instagram, called on YouTube CW and on Instagram Christine, or Green Blue Sea Glass, something like that, I can't quite remember, sent me some alcohol marker paper, and I've kind of heard of it, but I've never used it because I'm not really a fan of alcohol markers, and most of these that I won, the Yahoo markers, are running out now. Anyway, she kindly sent me this card for alcohol markers and said I'm to use, I'm sure she said, the shiny side. So, because there's, well, it's hard to tell, but there is, if you look and feel it, there's a kind of, they're both smooth, but this is kind of slightly non-glossy, and this is glossy-ish. So I'm going to be using that, the glossy-ish side, and going to see, just with limited alcohol markers, which I really hope have not totally run out. I think the blues, the lighter the blue, the less I've got, because I found the Hoo-Hoo markers don't particularly do very light pastel colours. I mean, they might now, but I don't have them. And I was hoping the lighter the colour, the lighter the saturation, but no, it wasn't. So, this is, yeah, because like sometimes getting the lid off of them, they've kind of leaked and they're stuck. Oh, there we go. Can you see what I mean? If we look over here, there is ink all around the cap bit, the ferrule of the pen here, and that's what makes it stick. So anyway, we will get into this. Ooh, that's interesting. So putting the pen down, you can see it kind of bleeds into and expands on the paper. That's interesting. It's kind of sucking the ink from the pen. It's a bit like seeing watercolors. So the ink is being sucked like into the surface of the paper. So I will do my swirly pattern, and I can see that that is quite true, that it is now becoming a less patchy, uneven layer. I bet this has run out. Oh no, it hasn't. Let's see if we can beat it out with one of these. I think what I did with this pen, I tried my best, because it was the lightest of the blues, I poured and it didn't work. I put the nib into 70% rubbing alcohol to see if it would, you know, bring more of the ink out, but it didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really get on with these pens. Oh, wrong one. Need to try another one. Did we do this one? No, we didn't. Let's try this. Yeah, this one's really running out. Anyway, I'm going for a bit of an ocean. At the moment, I know it looks like grass and sky, possibly, but I am trying to go for an ocean. But this pen is like really bad. Yeah, that's quite awful. Then I want to do fish here. One of my made up fish. I actually thought this was orange in the dark, but it's like a pinky red. So anyway, pinky red fish. Thank you very much, Christine, for kindly sending these cards to me to see how I get on with the alcohol markers using the paper. Because I know you're hoping that it might help me to kind of like the alcohol markers better if I've got the right kind of paper. I guess the reason I'm not that fussed on alcohol markers is because they take a heck of a lot of ink to blend, and I am more of a watercolor gouache artist. And so these, when it comes to using like pens, I'll always go for water-soluble ones. And I call them felt tips, but they are, in fact, you'd call them fiber tip pens, and water-based ones, because I know I can scribble them on plastic and pick up with a damp paintbrush, and you've got your watercolors. With these, for me, I find alcohol markers are limiting for me. I know they're a huge thing in the art community, particularly on YouTube, but they just don't do it for me, I'm afraid. This paper, though, it has helped, I think, make everything look a little bit more smooth and more blended. But the alcohol markers are still not going to be like... I'm not replacing these once they're dead, basically. You know, I use permanent markers, you know, that you can get from the stationery aisle. I'd use those to outline things. That's my, limit as far as smelly pens go. And talking of smelly pens, I have had one huge and utter disappointment with a pen I recently got. It was actually inspired by Mira Byler's channel. She uses this gold pen all the time. It's like a gold leafing in a pen, and reckons it's like, when I researched it, reckons it's non-toxic, it's totally safe and everything else. So I went ahead and got it for just under €6, all the way from the USA, which I thought was pretty exciting. And that was including shipping, you know, just under €6, I thought was very good. I got it, really excited, and then I took the lid off, and the smell was awful. And I thought, what on earth is this smell? It's not supposed to be toxic. It even says it's non-toxic on the barrel of the pen. And then I researched, and apparently it contains xylene. And xylene is cancerous. Very, very dangerous. So I don't know why the barrel of the pen actually says it's non-toxic when it contains xylene. So I'm afraid I'm not using the pen. It was a waste of money for me, and I'm very disappointed because it does look very shiny gold in the pen. In a minute I'll see if I can get it. This is the said marker, Deco Color Premium by Marvi. Uchida, what is it? America. Conforms to, it is a oil-based opaque metallic paint marker, made in Japan. I do love that. I guess it doesn't say anywhere on the barrel that it is non-toxic, does it? But the write-up about it on the website does say it's non-toxic. But you can't smell it on camera. But I'm totally, utterly disappointed in the smell, the fact that it has xylene. I don't want my pens. You see, with the Ohuhu markers, they smell because of the alcohol, and I'm fine with that. The alcohol smell is different to xylene. Please excuse the noises of the animals in the background. They, you know, it's just how it is, I'm afraid. Kind of live in a zoo. It's nice because at this time of day when I record, which is roughly, say, I don't know, say 6 to 6:30 in the morning, we have the owls that are hooting in the garden, which is really lovely. Okay, so that's kind of that. And we're kind of doing it up like this to have some kelp or whatever it is you call it. So this green, there's a lot, it's more juicy than the blues, obviously. I do get through quite a lot of blues, yellows and pinks in any art supply that I use, and white. If it's like gouache, then the white goes, and if it's in Prismacolor pencils, then it's the white, because I do like using the blending, you know, to get the pastel light colours. So that's where I'm going to leave this for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we'll be back on schedule for the copy. Bye! Don't forget that my very first giveaway ends today. You can no longer enter it, and I'll be picking a winner soon.